Get ready for more Tagalog affix overload. Tara! Kumusta po kayo? Welcome back as we continue our journey in discovering and understanding more Tagalog verb affixes. In the last 4 videos, we've talked about these verb affixes. Yeah, I know it's quite a list. But together with the affixes that we'll be discussing, this video will complete the Tagalog verb affixes, well, at least the ones that you need to sound like a native speaker. As I said in my last video, there are only one of 2 things that can happen. One, you will be overwhelmed by the sheer number of Tagalog verb affixes. Or 2, you will have a better appreciation of how layered Tagalog is, which I hope will be your key takeaway. So, tara, simulan na natin. But before we do that, please be sure that you're subscribed by clicking on the subscribe button and the bell notification button so you'll be updated of new videos. Ayos ba? Now, let's complete the rundown of Tagalog affixes, starting with the mag-an combination. Mag-an, actor focus, doing something together or to each other. From the root word sayaw, dance, we have the infinitive and imperative verb magsayawan, to dance together. For example, nagsayawan sila buong gabi. They danced the whole night. Another example is from the root word sigaw, shout. We have the infinitive and imperative verb magsigawan, to shout at each other. For example, huwag kayong magsigawan. Nakakahiya. You all don't shout at each other. It's embarrassing. The next affix is magka. It's actor focus, describing a state or something occurring unexpectedly or involuntarily. Our example is the infinitive verb magkagulo, to have a sudden commotion, from the root word gulo, trouble or chaos. Biglaang nagkagulo sa sinihan nang may sumigaw ng sunog. A sudden commotion occurred at the cinema when someone shouted fire. Another one is from the root word pera, money. We have the infinitive verb magkapera, to unexpectedly have money. For example, nagkapera na siya. Ay, salamat. He or she now has money. Oh, thanks. Magka can also mean to be in a reciprocal action that has been hoped for or expected for some time now. For this one, we have the infinitive verb magkabati, to reconcile with each other, from the root word bati, reconciled. Sa wakas, nagkabati na sina Peter at Marie. At last, Peter and Marie have finally reconciled. We have another one. From the root word usap, talk, we have the infinitive verb magkausap, to talk with each other. For example, bukas magkakausap na ang dalawang leader. Tomorrow, the 2 leaders will finally have a talk. Next up, magma. It's actor focus, pretending or assuming a trait one does not have. An example is the root word dunong, knowledge or smart. We have the infinitive and imperative verb magmarunong, to pretend to be smart. A sound shift happens here. The letter D becomes R, from dunong to runong. For example, huwag kang magmarunong, wala kang alam. Don't you pretend to be smart. You know nothing. Another one is the infinitive and imperative verb magmalinis, to pretend to be clean from fault or to be innocent. It's from the root word linis, clean. Nagmamalinis ka na naman. You are acting innocent again. Magma is also used when someone is assuming a certain quality inherent in the root word that is not necessarily negative, as in the first meaning. For example, from the root word dali, hurry, we have the infinitive and imperative verb magmadali, to be in a hurry. For example, magmadali na tayo, gabi na. Let us hurry now. It's already evening or it's already late. We also have the infinitive and imperative verb magmalaki, from the root word laki, big. Literally, to make someone bigger or to be contemptuously proud or boastful. For example, nagmamalaki pa si Ramon. Ang yabang talaga. Ramon is even being boastful, really full of himself. Our next affix is mapa. It's actor focus. To do an involuntary action or the ability to cause action. This one doesn't have an imperative form. An example is the infinitive verb mapahiya, to be embarrassed or to be shamed. It's from the root word hiya, shame. For example, huwag, mapapahiya ka lang. Don't, you will only be embarrassed. Another one is the infinitive verb mapatalon, to jump from excitement. It's from the root word talon, jump. Napatalon kami nang tawagin ang pangalan ni June. We jumped in excitement when June's name was called. Mapa has a second meaning. It can also mean to be able to cause or make something become something. From the root word tawa, laugh, we have the infinitive verb mapatawa, to cause someone to laugh. Napatawa ni Ed si Ariana. Ed was able to make Ariana laugh. Or the infinitive verb mapatulog, to cause someone to fall asleep. It's from the root word tulog, sleep. For example, sana mapatulog ko ang sanggol. I hope I can have the baby go to sleep. So far, so good. Next up, we have pa-an. It's object focus, to make or allow someone do something. An example is the infinitive and imperative verb pakasalan, to marry someone. From the root word kasal, wedding. Pakakasalan kita. I will marry you. Sweet, no? Another one is the infinitive and imperative verb pakasuhan, to sue someone. It's from the root word kaso, case. Pinakakasuhan ng mga biktima ang mga manloloko. The victims are suing the scammers. Next is the affix pa-in, which is similar to the last one. It's object focus, which means to make or allow someone do something. For example, we have the infinitive and imperative verb papuntahin, to ask someone to go somewhere. From the root word punta, go. Example, papuntahin mo siya sa opisina. Ask him or her to go to the office. Another one is from the root word pasok, enter. We have the infinitive and imperative verb papasukin, to allow someone in. Papapasukin ko ang mga bisita. I will ask the visitors to come in. All right, we also have pag-an. It's locative focus, to do something on something. Let's use the root word luto, cook. We have the infinitive and imperative verb paglutuan, to cook on something. For example, ito ang paglutuan mo. This is where you cook on, or you cook on this. We also have the infinitive and imperative verb pagsayawan, to dance on something. From the root word sayaw, dance. Dito ang pagsasayawan ninyo. Here is where you all will dance on. Pag-an has a second focus. It can also be object focus, with verbs like pag-usapan, to talk about something or someone. From the root word usap, talk. For example, pag-usapan natin ang problema mo. let us talk about your problem. Or the infinitive and imperative verb paghandaan, to prepare for something. From the root word handa, prepare. Pinaghahandaan ko ang kinabukasan natin. I am preparing for our future. We're almost at the end and we have pag-in. It's object focus, to allow or permit someone to do something. Again, let's use the root word luto, cook. We have the infinitive and imperative verb paglutuin, to ask someone to cook. Paglutuin mo si Tess ng adobo. Ask Tess to cook adobo. We also have the infinitive and imperative verb paglinisin, to ask someone to clean something. From the root word linis, clean. Pinaglilinis ko ng kwarto ang mga bata. I am asking the children to clean the room. Pag-in can also mean to put things or people together or close to each other. For example, the infinitive and imperative verb pagsamahin means to ask someone to put things together. It's from the root word sama, together. Pagsamahin mo ang mga gamit ng mga bata. You put together the things of the children, or you put the kids' stuff together. We also have the infinitive and imperative verb pagbatiin, to ask someone to have two or more people reconcile. For example, pagbabatiin ko sina Ariana at Marie. I will make Ariana and Marie reconcile. There you have it. Together with the affixes we've discussed in the last 4 videos, this completes the list of Tagalog affixes. And if you have completed this series on Tagalog affixes, congratulations. But I know that was a lot, and yes, Tagalog verb affixes are intense. But here's the truth. Once you understand affixes, vocabulary explodes overnight. So, don't memorize blindly, notice patterns, practice sentences, and keep going. And as I always say, practice with your Filipino friends, partners, or family members. They will be more than happy to help you. I will see you again as we continue our journey in learning a beautiful language, Tagalog. Maraming salamat po at hanggang sa susunod.